He's a fat, *****ing liar. Families of fallen soldiers slam Trump for saying past presidents never called them. As one reveals, Bush listened while I screamed at him and then held me as I sobbed. The sister of a slain U.S. soldier has lashed out at Donald Trump, calling him a fat *****ing liar after he said that past presidents had never called families of fallen troops. Delilia O'Malley revealed that former President George W. Bush had listened to her scream before hugging her after she was told her brother had been killed while serving in the Iraq War. "When my brother was killed, Pres Bush listened while I screamed at him and then held me as I sobbed. You fat ******ing liar," O'Malley tweeted at Trump on Monday night. Her anger was echoed by thousands of other Gold Star families who say they were insulted by Trump's false comments. A number of ex-staffers who worked with past presidents have also since publicly slammed Trump for blatantly lying. Trump's comments came during an unexpected press event in the Rose Garden on Monday when he was asked why he hadn't yet commented on the deaths of 4 elite U.S. Special Forces soldiers in Niger who were in an ambush by an ISIS-affiliated group. He said he had written to the families and planned to call them at some point before saying that Obama and other past presidents had failed to phone the loved ones of slain soldiers. If you look at President Obama and other presidents, most of them didn't make calls. A lot of them didn't make calls, he said. I like to call when it's appropriate, when I think I'm able to do it. They have made the ultimate sacrifice, so generally I would say that I like to call. When asked during the press conference to back up his claims about Obama, Trump appeared to try and backpedal. I don't know if he did. I was told that he didn't often. A lot of presidents don't, they write letters. I do a combination of both. Sometimes it's a very difficult thing to do, but I do a combination of both, he said. President Obama I think probably did sometimes and maybe sometimes he didn't. I don't know, that's what I was told, Trump added. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders later backed up Trump's comments when responding to the criticism, saying that the president wasn't criticizing predecessors, but stating a fact. But Trump's claim about his predecessor is in direct contradiction to a long list of public and private meetings Obama, and other presidents, held with families of those killed in action. The record is plain that presidents reached out to families of the dead and to the wounded, often with their presence as well as by letter and phone. Obama was photographed dozens of times at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware to meet the caskets of fallen troops as they returned to the U.S. from Afghanistan. He also met and was pictured hugging family members of slain soldiers during meetings at the White House. Obama also frequently visited wounded troops who were in rehab at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. His staff say many of these visits were made not on Obama's public schedule. Among other rituals honoring military families, the Obamas had a Gold Star Christmas tree in the White House decorated with hundreds of photos and notes from people who had lost loved ones in war. Gold Star families visited during the holidays, bringing ornaments. Alyssa Mastro Monaco, who served as a deputy chief of staff under former Obama, was among those to immediately lash out at Trump. "That's a *****ing lie," she tweeted. To say President Obama, or past presidents, didn't call the family members of soldiers kia he's a deranged animal. Ben Rhodes, Obama's foreign policy advisor, said, "This is an outrageous and disrespectful lie even by Trump standards." He added that Obama also never attacked a Gold Star family in reference to Trump lashing out at the parents of Muslim American soldier, Humayun Khan, who was killed in Iraq in 2004 during the presidential election campaign last year. Former Obama Communications Director Dan Pfeffer said on Twitter Trump was lying when he made the claim Obama didn't call families of fallen troops. Obama's official photographer, Pete Souza, also posted on Instagram that he photographed him meeting with hundreds of wounded soldiers and family members of those killed in action. Air Force veteran and San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich called Trump a soulless coward over his statements. "I've been amazed and disappointed by so much of what this president had said, and his approach to running this country, which seems to be one of just a never-ending divisiveness," Popovich told the nation. But his comments today about those who have lost loved ones in times of war and his lies that previous Presidents Obama and Bush never contacted their families, is so beyond the pale, I almost don't have the words. This man in the Oval Office is a soulless coward who thinks that he can only become large by belittling others. This has of course been a common practice of his. But to do it in this manner and to lie about how previous presidents responded to the deaths of soldiers is as low as it gets. We have a pathological liar in the White House, unfit intellectually, emotionally, and psychologically to hold this office, and the whole world knows it, especially those around him every day. The people who work with this president should be ashamed because they know it better than anyone just how unfit he is, and yet they choose to do nothing about it. This is their shame most of all. The former president had spoken of the letters he wrote and visits he made to the families of dead soldiers in a speech he gave at Arlington National Cemetery last year. "I think about this every time I approve an operation as president," he said. "Every time, as a husband and father, that I sign a condolence letter. Every time Michelle and I sit at the bedside of a wounded warrior or grieve and hug members of a Gold Star family." Well before he became president, Trump criticized Obama back in 2012 for writing letters to the families of slain soldiers. Too busy playing golf. Barack Obama sends form letters with an electronic signature to the parents of fallen SEALs, Trump tweeted at the time. He linked back to an article written by a conservative website. The White House hit back saying Obama personally signed every form letter sent out to the families. In Obama's first year as president in 2009, 317 U.S. soldiers died in Afghanistan and 149 in Iraq. This year, there has been 11 military fatalities in Afghanistan and 14 in Iraq. The criticism aimed at Trump came after he addressed for the first time the deaths of 4 soldiers killed in Niger on October the 4th. The attack was the deadliest on U.S. troops since Trump became president. Staff Sergeant Brian Black, Staff Sergeant Jeremiah Johnson, Staff Sergeant Dustin Wright and Sergeant La David T. Johnson died when militants thought to be affiliated with the Islamic State group ambushed them while they were patrolling in unarmored trucks with Niger troops. CNN reported that Trump was playing golf on Saturday when the body of 25-year-old Johnson was returned to Dover Air Force Base. Since taking office, Trump has been to Dover once to see the remains of Navy SEAL William Owens return home at the beginning of the year. Owens was the first active service member to die in combat under the Trump administration while carrying out a raid on an al-Qaeda target in Yemen on the 27th of January. His father, Bill Owens, publicly criticized Trump at the time and wouldn't meet with him at Dover. He hinted that he felt the Yemen raid had been motivated by Trump's own political agenda.